Hare Krishna. Today we are going to be discussing a very interesting and a very important story. This is a story of how the various Shakti Peeths across India have been formed. There are 51 Shakti Peeths across India, and all these Shakti Peeths originate from a story which I'm going to share with you all. When um, Lord Ram was in the forest with Mother Sita and Sita got kidnapped, Lord Ram was madly searching for Mother Sita. And in his madness, he was asking all the trees and the rivers and the mountains and the animals. And in his madness of searching for Sita, Lord Ram, he was behaving like an ordinary person. And at that point in time, Lord Shiva and Sati were passing by, and Sati happened to see Ram's maddened state. Like a regular husband in this world who's searching madly after his wife who is lost, he was, running around asking everyone with tears in his eyes. Sati was very disturbed. She said, she told Lord Shiva, "This is the person that whose name you take, but he doesn't seem to be like God. He seems to be behaving like an ordinary person." Lord Shiva told her, "See, this is Ram Leela going on. Let us not interfere here." But Sati was not interested in hearing what Shiva was saying. But she wanted to test Ram herself to be very sure whether this is really God or not. And Sati took the form of Sita and appeared there to test Ram. The instant Sati appeared there as Sita, Ram immediately recognized her and he asked her, "Oh mother, what are you doing here? Where is Lord Shiva?" And Sati, that's when she understood she has made a big mistake. So she should not have intervened in Ram Leela. Lord Shiva and Sati, of course, by that time Lord Shiva leaves from that place. He doesn't want to see what Sati does. But when Shiva saw Sati had taken the form of Sita, at that point Shiva realized, I cannot be with her now because she has taken the form of the Divine Mother. After this episode, the Daksha Yajna happens, where Sati and Lord Shiva go to this Yajna and Daksha insults Lord Shiva like anything. When when Daksha insults Lord Shiva, he is abusing Lord Shiva in front of everybody because Sati and Shiva were not invited for the Yajna. And Daksha, he had purposely not invited his daughter Sati and his son-in-law Shiva. Why he had not invited them? He had not invited them because he was not very happy with Shiva as a son-in-law. He hated him. But Sati desperately wanted to marry Shiva only. So he had no choice but to allow them to get married. But yet, he did not like and approve the marriage. And whenever he got a chance, he would insult Lord Shiva. So here, Lord Shiva just kept quiet, hearing all the insults that Daksha was heaping on him in front of every single person. Whether you are Shiva or anyone else, there are some relationships in life where you may not get the respect that you deserve. That's the nature of the material world. You cannot always satisfy everybody and you cannot always please everybody. So Lord Shiva was just tolerating it. He kept quiet, didn't speak anything because he realized that he is insulting me, but he is just so ignorant. And Lord Shiva, he is beyond matter, beyond praise and blame, insult, appreciation. He is beyond all the dualities of life. And because Lord Shiva is beyond the dualities, he was least bothered. But Shiva's wife Sati felt very responsible. She felt very responsible for the insult that Shiva was going through at that point in time. And Sati felt so bad that she decided to end her life. And she self-immolated herself and she died. It is explained there are two parallel things that are happening over here. One is the story of Sati becoming Sita. After that, this incident happens, which means that after Sati becomes Sita, Shiva does not look at her as his wife. He completely avoids his relationship with Sati because she has taken the form of a divine mother. And then this particular incident happened where Sati, she is self-immolating herself. It is explained she does that for two reasons. One is because Shiva was insulted. She could not tolerate hearing Vaishnava Aparad. If you hear a devotee being offended, you should you should not tolerate that. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if you hear a devotee being offended, either you cut off the tongue of the person who is offending, or you defend that devotee, or you run away from there. Sati felt very, very responsible for the insult that Shiva went through, who's one of the greatest Vaishnavas, Vaishnavana Metha Shambho. And Sati decided to end her life. When Sati died, Lord Shiva was so disturbed that he carried the body of Sati in his arms and began the Shiva Tandav. The dance of Lord Shiva was so intense. Practically, Daksha's head was cut off by Lord Shiva pulled out a strand of hair from his head and threw it on the ground. And from that strand of hair came a huge demon named Veerabhadra. The Veerabhadra went and chopped off the head of Daksha, and he started killing all of Daksha's people. And Lord Shiva began a Shiva Tandav with Sati's body in his hand. And the Shiva Tandav was so intense that practically the entire world was going to get destroyed. That was the kind of intensity of Shiva's dance. This is the dance of cosmic dissolution of Lord Shiva. And everyone was so bewildered and so confused what to do. At that point in time, Lord Vishnu, he realized that as long as Lord Shiva is carrying the body of Sati in his hand, it is impossible to stop Shiva from the Shiva Tandav. And Lord Vishnu, he decided to cut off the body of Sati into so many parts so that the body of Sati just disappears. So it is said, Lord Vishnu sent his Sudarshan Chakra, and the Sudarshan Chakra of Vishnu cut off the body of Sati into small, small parts. And as Shiva was dancing, he was oblivious to everything. The Lord Vishnu's Sudarshan Chakra was cutting off the parts of Sati, and the parts of Sati were falling in different places. Every place one of the parts of Sati fell emerged as a Shakti Peeth. So today we have 51 Shakti Peeths across the world, and each Shakti Peeth represents one of the parts of the body of Sati. For example, Katyayani in Mathura in Uttar Pradesh is a place where the hair of Sati fell. Manasa Devi in Haridwar is a place where the heart of Sati fell. Then Vishalakshi in Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh is where the earrings of Sati fell. Then there is Lalita in Prayag, that is where the fingers of Sati fell. There is Jwala Devi in a place known as Kangra in Himachal Pradesh, that's where the tongue of Sati fell. And then there is Savitri, where in Kurukshetra in Haryana, where the right ankle of Sati fell. There is a place known as Magad in Patna in Bihar. That's where the right side of the body of Sati fell. There is Dakshinayani, who is in a place called Buranga. That is where the right palm of Sati fell. There is a place known as Mahishasura Mardini in Kolhapur. That is where the third eye of Sati fell. Like this, there are so many places where each place there is one part of the body of Sati that falls, and all these places becomes known as the Shakti Peeths. Today, on the most auspicious occasion and the time of Navratri, we should meditate on all these Shakti Peeths, which are very powerful places of worship, and these are all places where Lord Vishnu cut off the different parts of the body of Sati, and these places emerged as Shakti Peeths. None of these places are created by man. These are all Shakti Peeths that are emerged simply by the fall of one of the parts of Sati. on this auspicious occasion of Navratri, let us all take shelter of Lord Shiva and Mother Sati, who are considered to be the greatest of Vaishnavas, the greatest of worshippers of Lord Vishnu. And in this mood and consciousness, just like the gopis of Vrindavan, they took shelter of Katyayani Devi, who is one of the, this is the place where the hair of Sati fell. Let us all take shelter of these great personalities, especially Durga Devi, Mother Sati, and pray for our hearts to be purified and we develop devotion to the Supreme Lord and perfection of our own spiritual journeys. Uh, I'm happy to share with all of you that today we complete 50 sessions of the morning program that we have been doing together. So for 50 days over the last few months, we have been doing this morning session together. And I'm very grateful to each and every one of y'all for being enthusiastically present in these morning programs. I'm seeing every single morning program, at least 30 to 50 people are there, very enthusiastically participating. And a lot of y'all are there almost every session. So I'm so grateful to y'all for being here because you are there. I'm able to practice my own sadhana nicely, and I'm enthusiastically able to chant in the association of devotees. I'm really grateful to all of you for your enthusiastic participation, and I'm hoping that we do hundreds of morning programs together like this and try our best to uh, perfect our sadhana and our spiritual lives. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.